Hi there, I'm John, aka Graffiti, and I'm a 3D environment artist in the games industry. This video series shows my approach to environment art creation with the ArtStation challenge brief Beyond Human. Each video is a live stream capture and doesn't contain any music. I suggest putting some on, increasing the speed of the videos and playing them in the background while doing some of your own work. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to see me create environment art live, please tune into my Twitch channel. You can also follow me on social media. Enjoy! This is where we got to last time. It's a little hot in here, isn't it? So the modelling is done. Well, not, you know, the refine block out is done. And got it into Unreal. Come on. Played around with the whatchamacallit lighting, which I then screwed up. But more importantly, got it so that the scale dude in third person was the right size, which I think worked quite well. So basically tonight I want to take all of this and separate it into its different meshes for different parts, and whoop whoop. Major, we can go through your stuff after this if you want, as in at the end, or I can show you what I mean from what I was saying in the Discord. Yeah, so probably separate this into either the modular pieces, so like these windows and these walkways, and then other things like I'll probably keep all the pipes on one layer, on one mesh, because they're most probably not going to change, and then group things as, so there's only one debris pile used in Modo, so I'll just duplicate, make one instance of that and just pass that around in here in Unreal. So some of it's going to be modular and some of it's not, but as time goes it will probably become more modular. So the other thing I want to do is, and this is probably going to take me all week, is get back to doing some time on the master material and doing material instances for each of these and setting up all the PBR textures for all the different materials. Excuse me. Whoa. More tired than I thought. So basically, and then after that doing a lighting pass, a first pass, or as close to a first pass, but I can't do that really until I've got some materials in to the correct PBR value, so at least the lights I put in I'll be able to kind of get a better feel for what the scene's going to look like with all the correct roughness values in there. Yeah, so that's the plan for the week. So I'm going to do some tonight in the stream, do some out of the stream tomorrow night, and back into the stream Thursday night. And then I'm at my computer over the weekend for some bits of it, so we can carry on with that. Still have to compute because, yeah, well, it's up to like Major. If we get to 3 hours and what have you, we'll see where we're at, and we can go from there. Cool. So let's crack on. The stream health seems to be, you know, above average for me. Yeah. Would help if I opened everything instead of not having anything open. Oh. Open. So yesterday I swapped in, so when I did it last week, it brought in my mesh at like an off as Z as the So my FBX wasn't to the scene size and rotation, so I fixed that yesterday and made sure that everything was the same scale still, so that when we create the buildings now, we can literally just save them out in their positions in Modo and then just bring them in at 0, 0, 0, and they will be at the correct positions in the scene to hopefully speed things up a bit. Yep. And it's loading again. Lurking, no sound, eat dirt. Stream stutter. Yeah, probably. Oh, it's going all over the shop. A bit of a dip there. Not sure what that was. Is my Wi-Fi off? Yeah. Oh, it's crashed again. Oh, it's not doing too well. You'll have to just bear with it in terms of the stream. I know it normally irons out at some point, but yeah, you're gonna have to bear with it again. Right, okay, so best off getting the buildings and all the big bits in first, and then going from there. And also I need to unwrap at the same time, so we will be doing that too. So let's have a look. What will be good to start with? Probably the building. Yeah, something like this will be fine. Right. That's what I was going to do before I started. I wanted to do a scale reference. Meter by meter by meter. Get this on 0, 0, and then get my scale ref next to it. How is it over here? So the Unreal 4 third person guys only is about this high, which is view dimensions 1.8 meters. That's fine. So I wanted to do a scale cube so I can get my textile density right for the walls and such. So to do that, I want to create this cube. I'll call it UV textile density, and then I've got an image I use for this, which is the old XSI UV check image set up, which is this thing. So if we go into UV maps and make this projection are sentient. There you go. So now 0 to 1 is matched perfectly to a meter according to this cube, which is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So I can then use this to match up the rest of my UVs as I make them. So let's start by doing that. Okay, so we want the actual building first. And I might UV that as well, actually. Right, so first, got these. Okay, so these have got the rooms as well. These I want to match. Cool. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. looks great. And then in here, it'll be good to just bring down the floor and ceiling. I need his image up again. The image, like looking to the side, it looks like there's no space between the windows, but it could just be a very tall room. Who knows? Get some kind of creative leeway. Oh, hello, fish sausage. What a name. That is a pretty epic name. Thanks for the follow. The sounds just come up. Yeah, sorry about the you know what it's like now. The internet is real patchy, so try and bear with it if you can. Cool. Okay, so we've got this, and then let's bring this into. Let's turn this snap in back onto. Oh, come on, vertex. Bring that in. Bring that in. Cool. Okay, so I need to find that. Where are they? What? Okay, what am I doing here is in fact split it. Ah, actually, it looks like it might do it already. Cool. I might just leave all that in for the moment. Cool, so it overlaps a little bit, but at least it's separated out. Which, Franzek, nice to, thanks for the follow. Hey, from Southport, now it's cool, I'm just happy to see some environment streaming, but rarely in environment, it's like Brill, Woo, big up the environment artist. We're way better than character artists. Yeah, Fonzek, thank you wherever you are, if you're lurking. And yeah, Fish Sausage, I mean, great name. Yeah, when I started streaming, there was like only Dynasty, if you've heard of that guy. He's pretty damn good doing environment art stuff, so I thought it would be good to, you know, get involved myself. Cool, right, so let's get this in. And then we're going to have to do some speedy unwrapping. It doesn't have to be anything great, just as long as there's some sort of projection going on. So we'll go Atlas, hide everything else, and there's my meter cube. Which will be good to have in both of these, actually. To an extent, might not work so well, but yeah. What are these? So they're in there. So let's do a relax on them, an orient on them. And let's just do a pack. Cool. That's fine. And then let's just increase these. I mean, that's getting closer. So it's probably going to be something like that. A bit smaller. Cool, that'll do it. Brilliant. Sorry, I need to keep an eye on this chat as well. Loads of people want to be characters, but if you want to do in the old environment, it's easy to let's say a rock. So, Chris, I'm guessing you're at TT at the moment. What moment? TT Fusion. Yeah, I'm at TT Fusion. And it's John, but no worries. Yeah, this will be my 3rd year there. So just coming to the end of Ninjago. And we've got Traveller's Tales over in Knutsford. Okay, so in here. I'll leave those in case I want to bevel. He's called Crest and he works at TT. I was thinking of him, I'm sorry, I thought it's the Legos, yeah, you've asked why. Yes, I did, Steve. Doesn't know. Oh, is it something to say sorry for? Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I didn't think. Is your friend Chris Watts, who now works for Elite 3D? He's been talking to him the next day. He's coming up like, yeah, I mean, we've all been there, Major. It might be just easy to just reproject these. Done, fine. Cool. Now, why does some of these? Okay, so they've got subdivisions in them. That's fine. And these need to be all orientated the right way. And then these are the, okay, so the exterior. Right, so these are the sills. They're already relaxed. Again, we could do with orientating them. And then these are just the inside of the frame. Cool. Okay, so let's pack all of that. Brill. Assign the texture to it. Get this back. Now, hopefully, because of the size of this, we can work out roughly how big these elements are. It's going to be something like this. So I'd say probably, you know, not too far off. Am I going the wrong way here? Yeah, it's definitely bigger. Definitely smaller. Oh my god. Ah, there you go. That'll do. Brill. So we've got that, which is excellent. Okay, and now we can grab all this, invert it, copy it, paste it. Right, before we do that, we need to grab this. Copy that, paste it. So that's one complete piece. And we want to do the UVs for this as well. Now the relax feels like it's going to crash my computer, so I'll save it every time. Hey Sasha, how you doing? Chris Hunter, yeah, I know who he is. He used to work at TT Fusion in tech, and now he's gone over to Snutsford to do environment art. Yeah. How's the crew? It's okay, I suppose. How's your art going? Based on, have you sent it over to Helio again? I messaged him today, actually. Yeah. And yeah, fish sausage. How do you know Chris then? Did you go to uni together or something like that? Can I just orientate these pieces? That'll be a lot easier. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Get the text identity back up. Now, what I could do to make this a bit more manageable is in my UV, I can just increase the size of it. It's one of these, I think it's this. Put that on 3. Yeah, so with that like that, let's grab these and scale them. Ooh. No, because then they won't match up to my meter cube, which will be a more pain in the ass, I think. And then I know how big a meter is in terms of pattern as well. Yes. Yes, we'll go for that at the moment. Okay, we're going to do this. No, this doesn't have to be a complete match because it's only inside, but we will try nonetheless. Even that looks alright. Cool, yeah, I can't spend forever on this, so yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. So I want to copy this as well. Copy. Pasta. And we can cut this, put it on here. And then we can just move this upwards. Knowing that it's already UV'd, and right now that's all it needs to be. What I'll do after this is extract the this front area. You see how it's not aligning? I'll just take that out and put that in the main building model and remerge the verts so that all matches up. Yeah, and what I also will do, so if we mix all those, paste them in, and in here we need smashed on there, this matched on here, one in there, one in here. And then just match this top bit up. So now if we come into our UVs, these are all overlapped, which is what we want. Invert that. Actually, we're going to hide that. Grab these. It's because I selected all that. Where are you? Slip UVs. There's no. I'm sure there's an option, or maybe it just does it. I can't remember. No, it can't. Seems to have sorted it. So now if we select all these, do a merge vert, and those are now merged. What I might do is, it really annoys me that this is so tall. There it is. You have to do it in the mesh. Yeah, there we go. And what I'll also do here is bridge this. Cool. And then we have a building of UVs. Doesn't join that much, so there isn't much going on. It's together. Yeah. Spaghetti bolognese. Miracle. Which is the way to go. Yes, fresh is the way to go. Yeah, so fish, where do you work then, if you are working? My voice is screwed tonight. Okay. Brill. So, build it. Okay, these are signs. So I'm actually going to put them on a separate layer for the moment. What's this? Okay. Oh, boom. God, the voice. Okay, so we can attach some of these together. Cool. Okay. I'm just putting more subdivisions in these so that hopefully later on we've got something to work with from the off in terms of vertex painting, which would be pretty handy. Yeah, looks good. Brilliant. Let's project this. And then we can save it first. Do the relax, sharpen, get all the points out, and then just do a vertical. And I'm just going to reproject this one. Cool. What if I make these rectangular? I'll do it. Yeah, there we go. The company in the Northwest text layer can't say, so they have something located here. Does not say. That's how good the NDA is. Got a non-existent student on a non-existent. Yeah, sounds good. Probably best to not say anything about NDAs on here because they'll end up on YouTube eventually. So just a quick disclaimer there. Solid, that's pretty much fine for the moment for what it is. Cool. Oh, actually, it's a bit bigger. Maybe something like that. Now whatever this piece is, so that's fine, so this is all out now. Ah, it's because, yes, that would make sense because I repositioned, I re-projected that one. Maybe something like that. And we can better organise these. Oh, close. Also, but I don't work there. Ah, yes, yeah. Fish. I'm guessing you're an environment artist from your comments earlier, which would make sense. Cool. So I'll probably either put a trim sheet on these corners with the bent normal and an individual texture, or I will come back in and bevel these and match up all these UVs. But for the moment it's fine. This is just stuff that I can work on the next pass next week. Right, cool, so this is create build-in base. I need to get this one. Same process. Rectangle. There's a big gap there. Get rid of the ones around here. And I'm assuming there's something, yeah, okay, so could be that we can just get rid of this whole bottom bit. Yeah, because you just don't, so that one comes in, okay, that's better. Brill. Uniform. Oh, don't tell me. No, that's fine. It's just doesn't match up, but that's just, it's in the middle there, so it's fine. Aha. There's basically no point relaxing these if they don't retain their shape. Now, hopefully, I can match these up. do. Well, those won't do at all. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Ooh, I don't know why that's like that. What's this? Front. Yeah. Action, hello. Work out. Redacted challenge to do. Yes, Angel, that's a very good idea. In fact, you're going to need them quite a lot in your scene, I would have thought. Yeah, you'll be able to get quite a lot of use out of them. I think I'm going to need them definitely for corners. Hopefully a lot of other stuff I can get away with is just using tiling textures and then modelling the modelling out the geometry in having the actual geometry in the oh shit, I've done this wrong. Oh. Yeah, modelling the geometry. Full stop. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, there will be a couple of them. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I was saying to Major at the end of this, we can go through your guys' stuff if you want. Just go into, anything you want looking at, something like that. It might be quite good to just start getting into the rhythm of doing stuff like that. And because I suppose there's so little of us right now, we can actually go through it. That includes you, Sasha. I encourage you to post your work up. Right. Okay, building base, building exterior. Right, that's another sign, so that can go on signs. What's these? So they're the windows. There are more windows and some glass. Okay, so those are glass. Those are glass. So that's glass. That's interiors. This is signage again. Right, that's a prop. So that's what the hell did he call it? Bugger. Must have closed that tab of his. Undo. You can use undo. Never lose it. Yeah, it's quite powerful undo. I mean, failing that, if you're more comfortable modelling stuff, just model it and do a projection down to do a tiling texture. Sometimes I find that's easier because you can actually model in 3D what you actually want it to be, and then use. In fact, you can even in mode you can do your own height map, Z depth projection, which is really cool. Yeah, so there's loads of ways you can do it. Okay, I don't know what this is. I can't remember. It's some kind of conductor or something. But there'll be more than one of them, so that's why I'm leaving it out. Right, what's in here? Right there, window frames. They should be in there. what's this? That's the wall that joins onto them. Okay, so really that should be... okay. So this is there. So if we exit that and put it on this, it's better. And then move this up to the top. Cool. Oh, and fish, if you've got any questions you want answered, or you're not sure about what I'm doing and you want me to explain, then just fire away. I'm using Modo to do all my modelling. I'll be using Substance Designer and or Quixel to do my tiling textures, and I'll be baking all my my high to low stuff in Substance Painter. And this can go as well. Let's just Yogi's more than bacon, but for it's about time. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree with that. Cool. Ooh. I'll figure out how to put some music on the channel and make it so that it doesn't come through on YouTube, because unless you've got your own music on, I know this was mentioned last week, it's a bit dry. I'll have a look at the weekend when I've powered through as much of this. Probably needs to go this way. So, cons can come out. Real. Okay, so I've got these and the ones above. Okay. This thing. It's got 8 subdivisions. Whoa. chat, and it also seems like I'm going to Valerian and the Center of 1,000 Planets. Some jams. I've got my music on here, just lower that normal. Yeah, sorry about it. I will, or I'll set it so that it's playing whatever I'm listening to on Spotify, and then you'll just have to put up with the same kind of crap that I listen to. Lucky you. It's near enough. Cool. Crapping out, none of these have got UVs on. Well, solid, they just match them up after. So wowzers. You didn't merge at all. Come on. hurts your eyes after a while. On this colour. Side trance. Let's have a look. Well, I think I need something. Oh, I quite like that. It's going on random music. Now, generally, I listen to, for the stream anyway, I listen to this no shuffle from the beginning. Now, I've never played the game, but the album's quite good at just, you know, keeping you going. I kind of find it's just got a nice, you know, constant to it, and it makes it easier for talking over as well. What's this? So this is now, or soon to be, extraction. Cool. So I think that's where the original windows were. So what if I turn that off? They're the windows themselves. So extension and this one. So we'll just slip the UVs on them. So they better match up. And then we can get rid of this, which was the grey one. Nice. Never played the game, but it's funky, I know. Also plays games under a lot because they're fun, yet not overpowering. Yeah, I've got one called Zone 1, which is if I need to concentrate / I need to power through work, have this playlist. Feel free to subscribe to it or what have you. Yeah, I put it on random but some of them are like quite, you know, either uplifting or go, go, go. Like I really like this. God, where do I put it? Share, copy link. Right, so this is from Mad Max. If you haven't seen it, watch it. But it's awesome. I could actually listen to that on repeat in order to get the work done, and I think I have, because I'm a sad act. And I'm just going to do a projection atlas for this. Again, it doesn't need to be anything special, as long as they're all like so. And then scale this up, this back on. And then let's just copy and paste this, move it over. Oh, why does it do that? Ambient rain, oh yeah, that is good, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard rhythmic rain is good. I think it would send me to sleep though. centered that all up because it was a little off on each end. So those are our interiors. Paste them in. Get rid of the previous ones. Building blocks we're going to come back to, but first we need to do these. Right, so first of all I'll do this thing. Right, so probably do up to here. Could go to the midway actually, that might be easier. Yes, let's do that. got to make PSDs. It's a good way to sell it. So it's easy to create. Yes. Okay. So we can quickly do that. Have I got anything which will work? So look at this dumpster. The open one. Open one. Cool. Okay. So what I would do is in something like Modo, because obviously that's what I use. So if you've got variations of it, then do it in both variants like this. So just have them next to each other so we can see the insides of one and the outsides of the other. Maybe make them a bit further apart and on the same, X and Z. So they're kind of just moved along in space. You can see some shading in this, which is quite good because you get the sense that it is going around the corner. In here in Modo, we've got a reflection mode, so it gives you this kind of, this really helps show the roundedness of it. And although wireframe is still on it, it really helps with, I get a sense of the light bending round, which is really good. It also highlights where the normals are a bit janky, like in here for example, because it's an n-gon. So something like that. And it's always good to have one at an angle, so like this, in like a perspective. And then for what you're doing, I do one which is dead on, like this, like orthographic, from maybe the top and the side, and then have your image. So if I just, so say this is the image, you'd have your model, say below, and then the image to the same scale above it, so that you could see how the shape is defined by the wireframe against what you have. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, there's that, and then also if you can do a render, then that's great as well. So just to show you in this, have I got a free camera? Concept camera. Let me just add a new camera. Dumpster. So I know the CPU's gone, but it's always good to have like a flat shade render. So yes, the wireframe's good, but it really helps to have, a render like this. Maybe the dumpsters are too close together, so move them further apart. And in your case, you want to do close-ups of, say, where some of the bolts are, for example, or the hilt or something like that. And like the more images, the better, but don't go overkill with it. And what I mean is, so have one from the side, one from the top, a few perspective with some sort of blend shader on it or reflection. Do a render of the side, the top and the perspective, and then do wireframe close-ups of things like the hilt and how the hilt attaches to the body, and any kind of detail you've got in there. So I would go down that route, because then you're really showing what you've made and making it easier for the viewer to work out the shapes. I think with the images that you submitted on the Discord, it was, the flat shade doesn't help because you lose all material value, so you can't see where the shape and forms are. And the other two, I think you were too far away and at a perspective, so you couldn't really line up whether the mesh, the object, had actually resembled the picture. So you're just trying to make it as clear as possible that you've matched it and how the light falls on it at this stage, so that if there's any verts which are out of place or creating weird normals, we can lock those down first and fix them before you move on. So yeah, it's just about the amount of, displaying it, like trying getting across as much information as you can. And it could be that when you've done all that, it looks fine, and that's a criticism too, like a good one. Just carry on down that road. And I think even by doing the close-ups and things like that, you might discover things yourself and fix them before you publish the images. So that's the kind of the way to go about it. This is mostly what I want to ace this test, and so I thought about doing this for the whip already, or does that still apply for it? It still apply, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be, you don't want to make it all and then at the end produce these images and realise that something's way off, because then you've done a lot of the work already. You can go back, but it's going to take you a lot longer. Whereas if you set up these camera angles now, then each time you want to, you've done like a round of work on it, you just render or capture from these cameras again and submit the same image, just updated, and then you can really see the progress through the piece. And it also means that when it comes to finally rendering the thing, you can use those camera angles again if you want to. Because by that time you'll know like which close-ups look the best and that kind of thing. So I wouldn't really think of it in terms of I'll do this for the whip only. I would be more wary of getting into the habit of doing stuff like that now, so that in the future you know how to best present your own work, and then also get hopefully criticism easier and quicker. What was this on default? I might have some old images of how we used to crit our work in my last job, in the film place, because we had to get through so many sometimes in one sit down. You just get into the habit of knowing how best to show stuff. But I'll dig it out and put it on the Discord if I find it. I'll do it at the weekend, or hopefully in the next couple of days. That'll be easier for you. I don't know what this needs, like 6. For anyone to try and establish camera angle early on, it makes sense. That way, when I get the whip and find images out, it shows one image, yes. So make a time lapse then, yes. Also, so that you're only building what the camera sees unless you're doing a fly through. Yes, agreed with what Angel was saying. Yeah, makes sense. That's why when people ask, am I making a modular environment for this, I say that I'm not, as much as I can help it, just because I'm not going to see all of, well, I'm going to do some different camera shots in the environment, including the one that Helio did, but I'm not going to be, the player's not going to be able to run around it aside from down that main path, so I may as well make things modular. Like for example here, all of these are on the same bit, which is great, but I may as well keep it as much as I can just baked the way it is. Let me just